Evening. How you guys doing? Happy Saturday. While I'm watching, England are 1-0 up, I think. Under 23. So fabulous. Come on, let's see exactly kind of like how these guys do. Um, Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are having a lovely Saturday. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching us again. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Um, and towards the end, if you could hit the like button, that would be superb. All right, let's get cracking, right? So I think today I kind of just want to touch on kind of like some of these sneaky match day prices that have been sneaked in, um, kind of almost like so nobody could notice in a way. There seemed to be a communication which came out. I think it was yesterday, or maybe even kind of like early this morning. I think it was yesterday actually. Um, Literally, kind of like from the club, basically talking to us about ticket release dates. So ideally, once and when tickets will be available for members and kind of like I guess members plus, and also then members when they can look to purchase tickets. Um, Now, kind of like within that area, kind of like once you scroll down a bit, there was almost like a section about please see our new category prices. You go, new category prices? No one actually spoke to me or told me or anything about that. But it was almost like it's not a big thing at all. What we'll do is we'll just tell you, hey, this is when you can buy tickets. Oh, and by the way, kind of like once you read the small print, we've got new prices. So I think effectively, kind of like what they've almost done is literally the prices have gone up by about 20%, for kind of one ticket, right? They are classified. It's still 1-0. They are classified within the categories. So it's something that we have normally had. However, obviously there's category A, category B, and category C, right? And I think what I'd say is that obviously category C, I'm pretty sure last season there was more games or more teams in category C. However, so it seems as if they've squashed everything or squashed a few more teams into category B. However, category C are literally, and I was looking at this earlier, literally, I think I kind of wrote it down somewhere. They're literally all the promoted teams plus Bournemouth. um, so there's literally 4 teams, I believe, that are in category C, which is obviously the cheapest tier available for you to buy tickets. But it's not great from the club. I think just kind of like sneaking in there. I think one of the things I did was I did put up a little note for myself somewhere, just saying, so Class A games, right? Class A games, which is the category A kind of your top brand. So that literally that's Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Newcastle, Liverpool, United, right? Arsenal, Chelsea, City, United, Newcastle, Liverpool. So that's the 6, right? So those tickets range now from 65 to £103. The first ticket, first band 65. There's literally one band of tickets available. There's about 4 bands of tickets available within the £70 range. There's 2 at the 80, 2 at 90, and 2 at £103. And those bands are basically blocks which are dotted around the stadium. So like literally the cheapest ticket for those band A are going to be £65, but you could probably only get them in one block, which is probably really high up, right in the gods somewhere. So it's really difficult, really difficult for like the normal fan off the street to be able to go and watch our lovely team. The second band, having a second band, so we've got Villa, Brentford, Brighton's, Palace, Everton, Fulham, Forest, West Ham, Wolves, and they range from about £48 to £95. Now within that, I broke it down to say there was two in the £50 bracket. Sorry, one in the £48 bracket again, two in 50, four in the £60 range, two in 70, and two at 95. So again, blocks around the stadium, right? The fact that looking at it, the theme that I can see building up is the cheapest tickets. There's literally one band or one block that you can get them in. Whether they'll be available at those times is probably yet to be seen, but that's what they're asking for as it stands. And as I say, Class C for... Is that Skippy coming on? Nope, it's not. Class C, which is your Bournemouth, Burnley, Luton and Sheffield, right? They've literally got, again, one block or one band at £37, two at 40, two at 50, two at 60 and two at 80. So again, even if you want to get a really good seat for those kind of Category C games, you're looking at splashing out 80 quid. Now, not even, I mean, I don't know, you know, I think I'm a bit gutted that it almost seems as if they've been trying to hide that in. It's almost like as if it was a little bit of a stealth movement and sneak it into a subcategory into, hey, look when you can buy tickets, and just to gain everyone's kind of like attention. It's kind of, oh, and by the way, we've sneaked the ticket prices up a bit. So I think it's a bit cheeky and kind of like not very open and honest, to be fair. Like with our fans, it's kind of I mean, in my opinion, I think it's really cheeky and kind of like probably a bit naughty, to be fair. So I think my seat, when I had a look at it, it was probably for one of the Cat A games, it was probably about £61, and that's moved up to 78 now. So you know, we're talking about over 20% there. While season tickets, I guess season ticket holders were frozen. There was a hike in membership fees. There was a hike in membership plus fees. There was a hike to overseas members. There was a hike for the corporate season ticket holders. And now the general fan, it's almost like a bit of a stealth increase for them, kind of like without actually coming out and kind of like facing the fans, which is like, again, I think it's naughty. I did see some things earlier from Spurs fans, like regarding let's boycott like the first 15 minutes of the first game, first home game. But I mean, I get it, but it's kind of, is that really fair on Ange, or is it solely on Levy? And Ange needs to know. Do you know what? That's the fan struggle at the moment. That is the fan struggle with the club and with the board and with Levy. Does he need to know that as soon as possible? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's probably a bit harsh and a bit hard on his first game. Doesn't help build momentum if the atmosphere starts off frosty. However, if that's what's needed, I think basically Levy's taking a mick here. Again, kind of like once again, and as per the title of the video, right? It's kind of almost one step forward, two steps back, and basically that kind of the club need to come out with some sort of explanation. I think you can't really have a sneaky 20% increase when we're served up like the dross we were last season. 20% increase. We're not even in any European football. We finished 8th. And for fans to get a 20% increase, it's literally screwing us. Literally, you just think like every time, you know, like fans try and rally a bit. I kind of hear it now from speaking to folks. Oh, we got Postecoglou, brilliant. Let's all try and wipe the slate clean. Let's all try and start afresh. Let's all hope that this time it's changed. One step forward, two steps back. It's just bang, screws us, keeps screwing us. It's literally like, do you really care about the fans? I think we should be clever enough to know now, right? It's not really like the fans that he cares about. It's the punters, it's the customers that come in the door now, people who buy tickets. And this has always been my fear about the fact that it's basically pricing out the fan, the true fan who supports the club and goes to as many games as they can. Maybe they can't afford season tickets, but what they can do is go and pick games on the ad hoc, go and watch their team play football, and that's literally being priced out of their range now. I think I said it before. I know last season, obviously we've been kind of boycotting and standing outside the stadium, etc. But literally, it was a case of we had people coming up. I had people coming up to me, literally saying, "Well, like, don't buy a ticket. Make a stand." And while I agree with that sentiment, there are people out there who go out and buy your ticket, right? Now, the loyal fans, the true supporters who've been there, I don't mean the true supporters. I just mean people who are like good old fans who've been there for years, been going to the club for the years, been frustrated with the football, been frustrated with the transfers, been frustrated with the fact that we have done nothing in the 20 odd years except for a brand shiny new stadium, etc. All of that stuff. They're literally going, I've had enough. I'm not kind of like renewing my season ticket, or I'm not going anymore, right? That's what Levy wants. He wants to get these fans out of there, literally get people who come in for the Levy experience. Come in, fantastic, let's spend a day. The football almost becomes insignificant. Whereas fans who've been going for ages, fans like me, fans like a lot of us who stand across the road, it's literally about, we want to see our football team play nice football and win something. Win something. It's not about having a shiny stadium. It's not about having beer coming up from the bottom. It's about our football team actually going out, competing and winning things. And it's these fans that he's pricing out, moving across, so that he can get the casual day trippers, people who come in for certain players, just purely coming in for that day's experience, have that experience, not worry about whether it's a win or a loss or a draw, finishing the game, continuing in the restaurants, continuing in the bar, and then buggering off. Literally, that's what it is going to be. It's almost like a fairground, right? You turn up at Butlins, or you turn up at I don't know, kind of like Alton Towers or something like that. You go in for the day, you go and you queue up for ages, you go on rides. Sometimes you don't get on rides. You end up queuing for like frigging a long time. But you know what? That's you done, right? You can say, I've done it. And that's what, as fans who are currently season ticket holders, who've been season ticket holders for years, need to continue going, making the noise about the fact that this is not how we want our club to be run. It's kind of having enough of him thinking that kind of fans are dumb and not really caring, and you know what, I will just hike the prices up because people will pay for it. And while that's true, it's pushing that true fan away. And we need to make a noise. We need to make a noise about this, because literally, I mean, the way things are right now in the world, it's all about the fact that general folks, gas is going up, electric's going up, you have your bills that are going up, you have mortgages that are going up, you have inflation rate, blah blah blah, and kind of like all of that pain. The only bit of escapism is kind of football, and going and watching your team, having a shout, having a get together, singing some songs, that little bit of outism, should we say, or escapism. Mind you, I don't know how much of an escapism it was last year, but it's, come on, man, come on, Levy. Like, you can't be like even just bleeding fans, literally bleeding fans' pockets. So that's that. All in all, moan, but I'm going to continue my moan, because the other thing I saw today was the fact that while all that's been happening and the sneaky little 20%'s gone up, Haringey Council have proudly announced that the planning permission has been granted for Spurs to now increase the number of concerts in 2023, with a maximum of 16 for the year. Now, the little bit of, we can't do that, is the fact that you can only have 3 within a week. So suddenly now we're going to have 16 additional concerts, events, boxing, whatever we want to wrap into that. Another 16 events generating, I don't even want to think how much money that's going to generate. But yeah, we're screwing the fans and making the fans bleed, increasing the tickets by 20%. Right? 16 more events that they're going to be coining it in. The amount of money and the amount of revenue that they're going to get from up to 16 events. And trust me, he's going to do the 16 events because it's going to be the max. I'm pretty sure this year they kind of went over by one. But they don't seem to be, okay, well, we'll pay a little fine, pay a little this, pay a little that, it won't matter. But 16 events, so that's all of that revenue going back into the club. And we're here frigging moaning about the fact that, do you know what? We can't afford 2 centre-backs. It has to be one or the other, I'm seeing. They better bloody go and get both that Tap Soda and VDV. Because we know we need that defence, right? We have our ticket prices increased. There's 16 more events that are now allowed into the stadium. Don't nitpick. Don't price pick on frigging 2 central defenders. And I see fans, be it on whatever social medias, whatever, oh, what do we expect? We've got to be able to go and find the right one at the right price. These buggers can afford it. We know we're going to hold 16 events next year. See, the prices have gone up for tickets. We basically want to charge Liverpool, Man City. I'm sure I heard there was someone who was talking about this, and I heard them say that our ticket prices are higher than Man City. Guys won the treble last year. They won the treble. Top 6 club, man. Top 6 club. Well, anyway. So, how can fans be on board with this? I don't know. The folks out there who are pro-Levy, and I think even some of them, it would be hard. It would be nice to hear somebody justify kind of what's just happened. And even for the fact that people who are pro-Levy and the fact that we've got a great new shining stadium and stuff, it's going to charge you guys 70 quid more for the dross that we saw last year. You got to pay £70 more, and there's no European football. Let me know what you guys think about Levy, about the 16 new events. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Tell me exactly what you guys think about all of that. It'd be a pleasure to hear from you. Big up to everyone who commented on my previous video. You like my sunset. Unfortunately, I'm in the office today, so I think it's raining outside anyway. But big up to all of yous. Remember to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon. Come on, you Spurs!